Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are dying of disease. It is not going well, but the good news is the disease will pass soon. We definitely don't want to go to war while we're having this disease. It's actually good timing for us because we had just gotten a bunch of aggressive expansion when this really started to ramp up. So that's looking fantastic for now. Now we're probably going to have some rebellions going on here. Yep, and there's Bata right there. So these guys are rebelling against us, and let's send this army up over there. Sure. Who all will go with them? Evia? Are you going to go with? We have this here. The answer appears to be no, but we should move our navy up. So we're going to have these guys come up over to here to be able to transport these guys over because they are the next ones to go. There's going to be a bunch of these, quite possibly, and we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting. We do have a martial perk available here. We'll be a veteran warrior. That seems fine. Available decisions, but nothing that we can actually do. We do have some colonizable provinces, so let's actually do those. Okay, this one is no longer colonizable because we used up the pop here. That's understood. Now, if we wanted to do this, we can see there's 11 pops here, and we could just move some pops out. So we would move them from here, as long as they're not Hebrew population. Let's move 1, 2. That was Hebrew. Okay, that was my bad. We're going to move this one, and this one. So up over this direction, we can see that this is now 6 of 7. And the overall setup here is that we have 4 Hebrew pops. So all we need is 1 additional pop here. The 1 Hebrew pop that I moved accidentally, we can just move back. Now we should be able to colonize here as well. Okay, so we'll get those going. That'll be fine. We'll get those colonizations finished up. How are we doing on the integration of Gera? 948 at this point. So that's only 28 years away. That's making good progress. Siracine is going to be a long ways, but we'll continue to do the same thing with them. So that's looking fine. We will have more rebellions coming in soon. So that is absolutely noted. Now, I kind of want to put in some additional ship production over here. And that's Tinos. Yeah, that's to be expected. We knew that this was going to happen. So that's fine. But yeah, I kind of want to get more ship production going here. So I'm going to use these guys, and we're going to just use the build to Navy. And we're going to... Never mind, they're too far away. We'll do that later. That's spending money anyway. I kind of don't want to be spending money right now. We do need a new Rob Arakut, and that would be this guy. So we're going to have these guys stop drilling. They're going to embark, and we're going to sail right on over here because we need to take out Tinos. Which is fully expected. We knew that this was going to happen. Actually, we could just sail into port here and just instantly fight them because they decided to siege this without securing the port. Okay? Sure, this is going to go very poorly for them. So that's a stack wipe, obviously, and we're just going to walk in here. Excellent. Now, we've also got this rebellion. That's these guys out over here. Noted. Let's course march our way up over to here. And actually, we can stop here on the way by. That looks okay. So this situation is under control. I want these guys, for now, they can stay docked up there. That's okay. We're going to be arriving up here very shortly. But yes, we knew that there was going to be a bunch of these rebellions going on, and this is fully expected. Okay, so this siege is underway. Looks good. We're going to have another rebellion on the next month tick. So that's also understood. 242 pops. It's going to be pretty significant. So that's these guys down over here. Interesting. We're still only in 3 wars. They joined the War of Independence rather than starting their own. Well, let's send these guys on over. We're going to force march directly to here. The next one is going to be in 5 months, so that's going to give us some time to clean up some of these that exist. Okay. So that's looking fine for the moment. We are arriving here. I don't know where their army went. Probably up in Gera somewhere. I don't know, actually. They're somewhere, presumably. Actually, they're just chilling here. Wonderful. So we're in control of a war against Doreen now. So this is somebody rebelling against Gera. This is not surprising either. So where are these guys located? That's these here. Okay, I'm going to get these guys force marched up to there. So that's actually good for us. We're going to take that ourselves instead of giving that back to Gera. And I want these guys to continue to work on Suziana. And we'll bring up another army for Doreen. These are noted. In fact, I may hire some mercenaries here. Get these guys onto unit reorg, and then they would make their way up over here to try to eliminate these armies while we siege up here. Obviously, we have a lot of rebellion happening, and that's completely and totally expected. 1000% expected. Mercenaries, huh? I wish them luck. So these guys don't need to be force-marched anymore. That's looking fine. Down over here, these guys are not force-marched. These guys don't need to be. These don't need to be. And then these are force-marching northward. So that looks good. How many months until more rebellion? 3. Okay. Again, this is entirely due to the plague. Not much we can do about that. We appear to have caught some of their army here. We have a big numerical advantage, but not much morale. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so these sieges are proceeding. We will be done with some of these soon. We're victorious down here. We ended up stack wiping them, so that looks good. Let's head up to here. And I see these guys heading southward over this way. We're going to start cleaning up some of these wars very shortly. Arabia Felix is going to be in about 2 months, so we're definitely going to need to get these cleaned up. Ooh, that siege tick didn't actually progress. Well, we're definitely having some bad luck on these siege rolls, but it doesn't really matter. We just won this siege, and that means that this war is over. I'm going to go deal with these mercenaries up here quick, because we're going to need to have that be auto-capped. But otherwise, this is looking good. Okay, so they're pushed out of here. Wonderful. Just waiting on this to be auto-capped. Where are you going? Why are you going there? Okay. Do we want opinions of Liburnia? To be honest, 10% research points for 60 months. We're already capped, but sure. Okay, any rebellions this month? Yes, actually. Someone joined a war against us and I accidentally clicked through it. So I don't know who. We need to find out. Ah, right. Arabia Felix down here. Okay, so I'm going to have these guys stop their movement as soon as they can. We're going to force march them. They're the closest, but they're a long ways away. So we're going to send them over to here. These mercs are capping this back. They are... Honestly, they're a little closer. We could have them force march down here, and they would probably get there slightly faster. Maybe we should leave these guys in this area. Okay, so there we go. Now what we need to do is we need to grab... This is Hebrew Mabog. So this is... What war are they in? This one. So we need to sue for peace specifically against Hebrew Mabog. Take this territory. They would not accept this because we cannot force them to abandon someone in a war until 36 months have passed. Okay, so this is Tinos and Arabia Felix Centralis in this war. So we can't actually end that yet. But this Sparta up here falling, this one we can end. So we can take that. There we go. And we can lose half a point of AE. Might as well. And let's start moving down this direction. Okay, sue for peace from Suziana is not going to be accepted at this time. And we're waiting for these sieges to finish. Eventually they will. We don't need to be on horse march here. We just won this siege. Okay, beautiful. Let's head off over this direction for now. We'll wait for the auto cap on this. Suziana still wants peace. Hilarious. Okay, auto cap is occurring, and this is Doreen. So we also just won the siege of Tinos. That's a very good thing. Let's move back over to here for now. And right, these guys have moved back here. Let's force march this down. I'd like to catch this force. Okay, so something like that. We need this auto cap to finish, and now the Doreen rebellion is over. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Lose half a point of AE. Looks good. And let's see if this caps here. Unfortunately, it didn't. Okay. There's Plague here, but I'm going to put these guys drilling anyway. The Plague will eventually pass. The question is, if I can select this, how long in this location? Not long, actually. The Plague is going to be ending very, very soon here. We knew that we would have rebellions, though. That was always incredibly obvious. Painfully obvious, even. So let's get these guys onto the boat. And let's sail them back over to the mainland. There we go. And this siege still needs to end. Eventually it will. These guys, I'm going to move them over. We're going to force march them to here. These guys are going to cap this back. So we're going to head over and see about dealing with that. Okay, so Arvel joined a war of independence, and Sodocene is leading a war of independence. So Arvel is here, and Sodocene is here. So Sodocene is there. Arvel is in this war. Understood. So these guys are going to have to force march over to here and get that taken care of. Arvel and Sodocene up over this way. Right. So I'm going to have these guys begin a force march. Actually, never mind. We've got these guys right here. So they're going to come in over to here. I want them to force march in to about there. How long on the next round? 4 months. Gera. Okay. So this is out over here. This is now all capped. So that is the Susiana Rebellion. This is only Susiana in this. So that's understood. We'll let this auto cap. These guys are running around in here and being awkward on the auto cap. But they're now leaving. Yeah, they definitely delayed our auto cap. Like the jerks that they are. But that's fine. So let this all auto cap. We're victorious up over here. No shockers there. Okay. So this siege is now underway. These guys no longer need to force march. How are we doing down here? Well, we're working on it. Stack wiped up over here, and this is now fully capped. So we will sue for peace. We'll take all of Susiana. There we go. And we'll banish those of class and put the rest to the sword. Perfect. And these guys are going to head down over to here. Okay. So with all of that under control now, I want these lads to start force marching up to here to deal with this rebellion. We've got a lot of these going on, but mostly it's the fact that all of these guys joined together and we were so far away from Arabia Felix Centralis. That said, we might at this point be able to force Hebrew Magog to peace out. No, 1 November 923. Okay, so that's probably not going to end up happening then. Noted. Next rebellion is looking to be in 2 months. Acceptable. And let's see about finishing up some of these sieges. So we're done here. I want these guys to come in and siege there. Looks good. With these forces making their way northward. So they can come up over like here. So these rebellions are not going to go well for them, obviously, right? They never were going to go well for them. But let's just head on in over here and get this all taken care of. We can unforce march these guys basically now so that they can actually regenerate morale. But we managed to cover most of that distance, so that looks good. We won the Siege of Arvel, that is these guys here. I want to be heading this direction to take some of these forces out. They have basically nothing in terms of morale. So that's looking good. Gera, okay. So that's this version of Gera, not this version. So I want these guys to force march, and we're going to take them down to here. Okay, so we're going to need to do some work in some of these cities, obviously. But for the moment, this is fine. Large mass rebellions are not surprising given the plague situation. So we're going to deal with this force, that should stack wipe, and then we're going to turn around and deal with this force, which should stack wipe. I want these guys to move in and siege here. How are things down this way? Okay, looking good. Onward to glory indeed. We stack wiped them, and there's all of this capping going on, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. That's all completely fine. We just need to get these sieges complete at this moment. So I want these guys. Kawar is joining a war of independence. Okay, so that's these guys down here, and I'm assuming that's this war that they joined? Yes. So, noted that Tinos is back over here. Let's embark this army. They hired mercenaries, it would appear, and we're going to need to move these out over here. We'll hire some mercenaries of our own out this direction. For now, we'll just hold a lot of different directions, and we're going to come down to here under Unit Reorg. Okay, so we're sailing on over to here. Let's see if... Okay, they did manage to succeed that siege. Unfortunate. But it's not surprising. Okay, so in we go. No problem here. We will, of course, win this battle. It's fully expected. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. So now we're going to come in over this way. There's still a lot of risk of rebellion right now. So let's check in on, say, Lydia here. This still has a plague epidemic for a few more months. So this is going to be continuing for a while. And I am noting these mercs coming in up here for Hebrew Mabog. It's very rude of them. Okay. So for now, this is fine. We're at 7% down this direction. They hired in more mercs over here. Very rude. But all very expected, right? So let's head down to here. There we go. And I want these guys heading up over this way to take back some of this territory. We really need to wrap up these sieges up this direction. Hopefully that happens soon. Both of these need to fall. Okay, Daru now, and Lydia. So Daru is down here, and Lydia is these guys here. I'm going to send this force to go deal with Lydia. And then Daru down here is awkward. I'm going to hire these mercs. We're going to put them on Unit Reorg, and they are going to walk directly to the Daru capital. Okay, we won a siege here. Where is this? That's this siege. Beautiful. Now we need to win the other siege here, but for now, that will do. So let's have these guys come down over this direction. Actually, I want them to be here, to be precise. Beautiful. And you're heading there. Yep, that looks fine. Cool. Sue for peace from Gera. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Peace will be on our terms. Thank you very much. So the Lydia Rebellion is going to be over fairly soon. We're just going to need to take a couple of areas over here. We just won the siege of Tambat, which is this here. That might be able to end this war. That would be good. Palmarine? Okay, so that's these guys down here. We're going to need to send a force out over that way. That will be these lads. I'm going to put them on course march. Okay, so we eliminated that. Looks good. Yeah, these rebellions are going to continue for a while. And there's not much we can do about it other than just deal with it. So this is fine. I want to take all of their territory here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And no aggressive expansion. They wouldn't actually accept this. Remarkably. Because this down here isn't occupied. That's why. Okay, so these guys, they're going to come down to, let's see. What do we not have under control right now? I guess this, but I think I already ordered an army to go down here. I'm 99% certain about that. Okay, so the Siege of Tenos is over now. And that Sodocene Rebellion, not looking great for them. Daru, Palmarine, yeah. We need to get all of this under control right now. So that's definitely taking some time to get those sieges completed. This is fully understood. Next up would be Ammon in 1 month. Okay. So Siege of Sardaeus out over here. So that is going to be Lydia under control very, very shortly. Sue for peace from Gera, we will decline. Peace will be under our terms. Okay, I was hoping that fort would fall there. Sadly, it didn't. 7% and minus 7% here. Okay. That's all absolutely noted for right now. So we need to get Lydia under control for sure. Are they in their own rebellion? Yes. And Ammon joined the War of Independence. Okay, they didn't form their own, which is a little bit sad. Okay, so we won this siege over here. Beautiful. What I want to do now is come in up here and fight this Merc force, because we need to get this auto cap finished. So we need to get these guys kicked out of here to free up this mercenary force. So we're going to get them out of here. Beautiful. Easy victory there. Sojacine we're now at 100% with. So we can take these guys, sue for peace, take all of the territory. They'll now accept that. That war is over. There we go. That took a moment. And these guys are now freed to go elsewhere. Well, I see these guys capping here. We'll head over and see about dealing with that. There's also this force here, so we can head this way as well. Okay, so Lydia is going to be under control very, very shortly. In fact, it is right now. Except for this up here. So we're going to have to go take these guys out. Awkward pathing that we had to take there. And then there's these Lydian forces over here. Okay, Western Delta is next. Noted. So we're going to have to continue to take all of these out, right? This is not surprising. This is an insane plague. Although it's starting to clear out in some of these areas now. Some of them. So this is going to be in January of 923. That's going to be cleared in about 6 months. So this is looking relatively okay. We've got this fairly under control at this time. But we do need to pull these forces over to help in the... Come on, move over to the island. There you go. We need to move them over to help with this up over here specifically. So I'm going to have them sail over to... If I can grab the Navy here. Apparently I can't grab the Navy. Amazing. There we go. Now we're going to head off over to here. Okay, I don't want to actually be capping here. That will auto-cap. So we're going to come down over this way. We won the battle here and stack wiped, which is fantastic. We expected that, though. And we're going to head up over to, like, here and, like, here for right now. That seems relatively okay. This plague epidemic definitely creating problems, but we knew that would be the case. Okay, I want these guys to head up to here now. And we didn't embark. Of course not. Okay, let's head on down. And let's make sure to grab our troops. That would be nice. Okay, so we just won this siege. That now means that Gera should be complete. So that would be this rebellion here. Sumer is now leading a war of independence. That's a good thing. We are glad that they are leading the war rather than joining this really awkward one. So that's great. Let's eliminate this force and get this auto cap going. Okay. So that's looking fine for the moment, and I'm going to have these guys embark. I'm no longer going to send them over to Lydia. I'm now going to send them down this direction. So we're going to have them pop up over here, although there's this Western Delta force here, which is awkward. We're going to cap this, and the Siege of Daru is now won. So this war should be over. That's great. There's also Arabia Felix Centralis over here. They are, I think, part of this war. Yeah. So that's pretty awkward there. Let's force march down over this way. We can't force them out yet, although we might be able to now. Hang on, let's see. So there is these guys here, right? So there's this Chinos Rebellion, Hebrew Mabog. So if we take a look at that, yes, now we can force them out. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to do that. And we're going to start doing that to a number of these. So we've got Arvel here. So we can now do that to these guys and take their territory. I mean, our territory. And then we've got Lydia out over here, which we still need to cap. We've got Gera down this direction, which should be good to go as soon as we have this. We've got some additional areas here that we can work on, though. Arabia Felix Centralis, we're definitely going to do. So that's these guys here. We can take the territory. Ah, they have not had enough time pass. Okay, let's cap here and get a couple of these wars over. So that's going to be that. That's the Gera Rebellion done. And then we'll lose half a point of progressive expansion. Perfect. And then we've got the Lydia War up over here, which this needs to finish up its capping, which is almost done. And then we're going to have to auto-cap here. They're capping over this way awkwardly, but Tawar is now taken. That's good. I want these guys to head up and start doing Amman next. So that looks fine. We're going to head in over here. and we're going to do a landing out this way. Yes, I'm aware of all of this nonsense. That will be starting to greatly diminish shortly. So let's get these guys under control. There we go. So that is now Tawar ready to be pieced out. So we'll do these guys, assuming they have the time. They don't. So we can't do that just yet. But Arabia Felix Centralis might be there now. No, November. Okay, so we're like 2 months away from that. That seems fine. So at this point, Lydia is probably peaceable. Yes, I think. Yes. They wouldn't accept it, though, because of their occupation out over this way, presumably. Okay, the Siege of Tadmar is won, so that is Palmyrene under our control. Let's head down this direction and start working on dealing with this nonsense. Lots and lots of plague will cause this. So the plague will be done soon enough. I want to come in over here and land specifically here. Sure, we'll become friends with this guy. That seems fine. And you can see there's definitely still plague happening and still rebellion going to be happening for a while here. That's understood. So now I want to do Tawar next. If we can. November also. So that's in like a year. Noted. Okay, so let's come in and take back some of this territory. So the main issue right now is, of course, Lydia here, and we need to make sure that they're at 100, or that they're willing to accept this, even. Okay, so we'll cap here. Sue for peace, and are they now willing to accept this? They have 4 reasons not to. We'll let this auto cap finish, and that should do it. Okay, so the auto cap finishes up here. There we go. 6 reasons not to do it. Okay. They're going to get stack wiped here. We're going to march down and deal with these mercs. I think it's the mercs that's the problem. Okay. The Siege of Tinos was lost again. Yeah, they hired more mercs. Okay. That's understood. For the moment, I'm not that concerned about Tinos. So this is fine. We need to clean up all of the other rebellions first before we take out Tinos, right? So that's understood. They now have 5 reasons to not do this. Why are they refusing to do this for Lydia? Do we not have something occupied? This is all occupied. This is all occupied. Do they have territory I don't know about? I don't think so. Why are we capped at 99, though? They have at least 1 territory. Are we referring to this? Maybe. The capital is, I think, out over here. And then they've got this up over this way, of course, which is understood. So I want to come down over this direction. I want to get this war finished up. I believe that we can do that now. Arabia Felix Centralis here. No, that's actually next year. Okay, noted. Let's come fight these guys. I want to get that kicked out of here, then. So that's absolutely fine. We're going to need to get this all taken care of course. And we need to come and take over Alexandria, which is going to be a giant mess now. And let's come down over this way. So many rebellions. Okay, these guys, they need to be taking back some of this territory. Actually, they need to come up and prevent this from happening, is what they need to be doing. Okay, and then there's this here, and that's understood. Okay, Mediana, understood, and Khartoum, joining the War of Independence. Okay, so Mediana is a war over here. They're rebelling against Gera. That does not look very difficult. That war is now over. Okay, perfect. So eventually, we'll get this all under control. Eventually. Cool. This disease definitely making us some problems, though. I still have no idea what Lydia apparently controls other than this stuff out over here, but okay. Would they now accept this? They have 6 reasons not to still. Okay. Let's force march up to here and see if we can catch this army. If we can, that's going to be a big, big deal. Excellent. Okay, we can move these guys into port for now, and the Siege of Alexandria is continuing. We won the Siege of Uruk, and that's fantastic. Let's head up over... Actually, let's head down to here. These guys are Sumer. Are they in their own rebellion? They are. Okay. So that looks fine. Let's let this auto cap finish. Okay. Awkward auto cap is awkward because of these guys. And another rebellion. Okay, yeah, that's to be expected, to be honest. So this is fine. We just need some of these to be willing to be put to an end, even... Like, they're not a military threat, and they're already beaten. They're just refusing to actually end. Although Sumer is actually willing to give us this. Interesting. Okay. Let's do that. And see what happens here. Okay, yeah, we did get that territory. Beautiful. Who is Black Flag? Oh, these guys up here. Okay, I see. So they need to go to Gera, and then they need to come back over to here. Well, it's past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get some of this wrapped up. Lydia will give up very, very soon, and we've got a number of these that are capable of being ended. We just... Okay, we're losing this battle. We'll retreat that. We've got a number of these that are capable of being ended, but we just need to have time, right? Like, they're not willing to give up yet because they have, like, high war enthusiasm for some reason. Okay, well, it is time to put that cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll get this cleaned up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy Magar, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.